Chris Denman, Pat Joya here. It's King of the Bootleggers Trivia. Each and every week we visit new cities, we raise a little money for the USBG, and we have fun with you, the viewer and listener. We bring guests in, we have a good time. Before we get into that tonight, real quick, Pat here's a wild guy. I know you can tell by the shirt, so I have to specify that our opinions are our own, our guests are our own, not those of MGP Ingredients or King of the Bootleggers Trivia. If you're under 21, great seeing you. Time to go. Show's over for you. We're going to keep this going for all the folks over 21. Big shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. We're going to check out some Austin, Texas cocktails. First and foremost, a man who's been staying busy during COVID times, and he's picked up another show tonight. He's a country singer from Texas. His name's Ray Johnston, joining us from a studio somewhere. Hey, buddy, how are you, man? Thanks for jumping on King of the Bootleggers. How you doing?
It's called my truck studio. It's very convenient.
Wow.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
A rolling studio. He's wealthy beyond reproach, guys. Look at that. What a fancy dude. No, Ray, it's so nice to see you, man. I know you're hustling down in Texas. We hear some reports of different things, but I know you're staying busy. You've just picked up another show, so you're going to hang out with us just for a little bit up here up top. What is life like for a guy who's typically out on the road touring? I know Texas has plenty of opportunities. You're literally going to a show right now. Give us a little slice of what it's like being a touring musician with limited touring options.
Well, we went from having 85 to 100 standard concerts, pre-COVID standard concerts, what you would think of, right? Until COVID hit, and in Texas right now, we got a pretty good good amount of cases. Obviously, it's affecting my English, even though I don't have it.
That's
apparently.
Tough. Is it that test you took?
Yeah, it's that Alabama education mixed over to Texas. It's just the great opposite of MD.
That's a rough combo, guys.
I thought on day 2 of this, I go, we can still play music. It's just going to have to be flipped. We're going to have to go to people so they can stay on their property, and more like private shows in backyards. And I I just said we call them drive-up concerts, where I play out of the back of my pickup truck. So, and I mostly do them acoustic with like my fiddle player. So we keep our space. And then these people we play to, that's up to them if they want to keep their space. Half of them do, half of them don't. But we keep ours, and so we're abiding by all the federal and county rules. And that way we can at least supplement some of our gigs. And as of right now, my band's still with me. And obviously that may change because it doesn't look like it's going to be changing anytime soon. So we're just picking up little backyard parties, playing little lake houses, playing back in my pickup, and pulling out in front of people's houses. So where there's a will, there's a way. My mama taught me a long time ago, and obviously we want things to get back like they were, because that's my favorite part about being musicians, playing to the big crowds and everybody getting happy together. So, but hey, it could be a lot worse, and we're adapting. How about that?
That's absolutely the case. And guys, if you are tuning in, we do trivia throughout this. We'll do some. We'll get a question in with Ray before he takes off. I know he's got a busy night ahead of him. I'm curious. Maybe I send an email. Maybe we team up on something. Pat, would you go with Ford for this? We need. What kind of truck do you drive?
I'm a GMC Sierra.
Okay.
Hot damn, I was going to go GMC.
We're going to send an email to GMC. I don't know. If you don't have a chocolate lab, let's go ahead and source one. We're going to get you.
I got a buddy who's got a black lab.
I have a Boykin Spaniel. He's my hunting buddy named Little Dude. He looks like a miniature chocolate lab, though. So
that works.
Close.
See, now we're working into it. Now we have something rolling. We get maybe some Remus, a bottle in the back, and you go with the all-American show. You just roll up, and now we've supplemented that income. Maybe we get we get a flatbed for the rest of the band, huh? Towing capacity on that GMC.
That's right. Bring it on, baby. I'm ready.
I think he's excited. Look at Ray go. So we've already solved that. Pumped about it. Guys, if you're tuning in, be sure to share. We give away prizes each and every show. We love everybody to comment. Let us know. You can follow Ray Johnston Band on Facebook. And also tune in, because we do this every week. We'll do Louisville next week. And we also raise a little money for the USBG. Ray, you play a lot of venues. I know bartenders take good care of you. We sell a T-shirt that says "Support All Bartenders." All 20 bucks of it goes to the United States Bartenders Guild. And throughout the show, you'll see our friend Pat here show up on the screen, sporting that. Look at that. Look at Pat. Little Pat, man,
Ooh.
beautiful, and a real explosion
Looks
too.
like you just got Looks like you just got out of the gym there. Nice. Did chest yesterday, huh?
Thanks, big guy.
We'll let Pat and Ray discuss things afterwards. Let's do this. Ray, I know you have limited time, so let's get a question in. Producer Matt, can we get our first trivia question for King of the Bootleggers Trivia?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Let's see what you got, Ray.
Number 1. This Austin establishment not only housed a speakeasy, but allegedly a Prohibition-era ghost. Is it A, the Fairvale, B, the Stanley, or C, the Tavern? And I would like to mention that this is for all the marbles, since Ray has about 4 minutes.
Ray, we're getting messages already how much people love you, so it's nice of you
really?
to pop up. I wish I was lying. I don't like being nice to people, but you know what?
Okay.
This is real in this case. So I'm sure you've played Austin 8 million times, Ray.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
I've never been to those taverns.
Okay. One more time for the folks at home, Matt. Let's flash that.
Absolutely.
Definitely not for me. This Austin establishment not only housed a speakeasy, but allegedly a Prohibition-era ghost. Okay. I know where Stubbs is in Austin. That is not that is not, I want to say I think I've already said this on the show, but I saw Motorhead playing in Stubbs like during South by Southwest. I think that was kind of like a monumental thing happening. So what do you got?
Those are all good 2-syllable names, and they don't sound like clubs in Vegas, which all have 1 syllable, it seems. Yeah. So I will go with that's just a random comment. I'm gonna go with the Stanley. It sounds the most Prohibition to me. So that's a total guess.
I'm going with C. How about you, Pat?
I was going to go A, Fairvale.
Okay. What do we have for our first answer, Matt, the producer?
First answer is C, the Tavern. Originally a grocery store, the upstairs portion of the tavern was converted to a speakeasy during Prohibition, and at some point, a haunted speakeasy.
Well, you guys can take a step back. That was a big win for
When was
Chris
the last
there.
time you've been in head?
I would like to congratulate our guest for winning for driving a GMC truck. That's actually 2 points.
Oh, wow. Look at you go. Ray, what a day. Look what you've done. Producer Matt, what's your fun truck you drive around? Ray will appreciate that.
A 1985 half-ton GMC diesel, 4-wheel drive.
He drives.
Daddy let me drive.
He drives that bad boy in downtown St. Louis. Like it's so funny seeing his country ass rolling through the streets.
You should have seen me when I had my 78 heavy half.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this has gone from Prohibition trivia to
truck talk.
Truck talk.
Truck talk.
Hey, let's come up with a song real quick before you go. Truck talk. What would the theme song be, Ray? What do you got? Come on, on the fly. Let's see your jazz skills.
I get better gas mileage than you in this GMC.
Do, 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 do. Perfect. Ray Johnston.
That's it. It's a one-line song. It's like the modern day tequila.
Yes, exactly.
Call that a museum.
Oh man, Ray, where are you playing tonight? Where's the gig?
I'm playing a private gig in Carrollton, Texas, at a backyard.
Well, I hope it goes great.
So it's not the Stanley, it's not the Tavern, nor the Fairview, what it was, but it'll be dandy.
Well,
and by the way, the Blues, y'all ruined it for us in Dallas. We thought we had the cup a couple years ago, and y'all came up and Game 7'd us. Well done.
It's a tough
Sorry
one.
about you.
Enjoy it.
I couldn't help it.
You know what? You need to talk to your boy Ben Bishop. He's a St. Louisan, and I think maybe he'll get you guys back there someday. But Ray, I don't want to keep you too long, buddy. Cheers to you, sir. Let's do something again soon, and we'd be remiss to not shout out the great Ian Bagg who's connected us.
Indeed. Let's do this again, guys. I appreciate you letting me do this, and big fan. And this is cool, and I'm feeling awkward now, but thanks. I mean it. Let me do it next time when I have more time.
Deal. Love to have you back, buddy. Take care. Good luck with the show tonight, Ray.
I guess. Thanks.
All right. We'll see you soon. Ray Johnston. Follow him on Facebook. Guys, let's check out a cocktail video. Pat here's from Barkeep in St. Louis. He's a cocktail expert. We got Remus making this happen. Myself, I've drank cocktails before, so I have a thing or two to say about them. But let's see our first video from one of the bars in Austin.
Joe here. This is Justin. We're over here at Moonshine Patio Bar and Grill in Austin, Texas. We work out of one of the oldest buildings in the city of Austin, built in the 1850s. We've been here for 17 years now? Jesus.
2003.
Yeah, 17 years, and love every bit of it. We had an opportunity to just put something together with Remus and with the team over at MGP, and we wanted to kind of just walk y'all through how we do our good-hearted old-fashioned here at Moonshine. What we do for every old-fashioned made, we actually donate a portion of the profits to a charity. But without further ado, one of our most popular cocktails, I'm going to turn it over to Justin Morley over here. He's going to show you how to make our Moonshine old-fashioned.
Pretty simple. It's not as sweet as you might think of an old-fashioned. As opposed to a big old half an orange, we're just going to use a simple wedge. That's all. If you do more than that, no, that's not really an old-fashioned that anyone wants. A couple dashes of the Engo, stir up bitters, and then we're going to do, based off the sweetness, just a dash.
Simple syrup. There we go.
Right. And our good golly is the Remus. It's really tasty. 2 ounces preferably. Remus. Beyond that, we usually just throw it on actually all the time, on a big rock. Big rock. We have our own drunken cherries here. Everyone has their own version, but beyond that, just swizzle.
Oh, man. Couple stirs. Cheers, y'all. Well, let's see what this is made of. Drink through my mouth.
Up to you.
Oh, my. Oh, that's delicious.
Hot
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers indeed. That looked delightful. Pat, do you approve?
I approve. I approve. I was seeing the muddled orange, and I got question marks, and I was like, no, they're doing it well. They're doing it well. I like where they're at.
I'm a fan, and I'm a fan of Austin in general. Again, if you guys want to buy shirts, that's buyjack.com/wearelive. Raising money for the United States Bartenders Guild. Thanks again to our friends here at King of the Bootleggers. Trivia. You can also join the King Circle. Don't sleep on the King Circle. A lot of actual, very cool, I guess, perks when you're part of that. So let's keep this thing going. We got trivia happening. Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're a fan of Austin, Texas, let us know about that. Trying to think of other good Austin things. I got like years worth of stories out of the 3 days I was in Austin, Texas ever. So I'm a fan of that city. It's great, and it's crazy how much it's grown too. So hope everybody's safe in Austin. When's the last time you were in Austin, Pat?
16, 17 years, and I don't really remember that trip. I had a great time, though.
Yeah.
At least everybody told me I had a great time.
You always do.
That's kind of how that trip went for me. I went down with some friends because I had a couple buddies living down there, and yeah, I came back in kind of a haze.
That's how it goes. The last time I was there, it was South by Southwest. One of the other perks was, are you familiar with the, what is it? I guess you call gossip blogger Perez Hilton?
I remember the name. Yeah,
Old
that
Perez.
Was the did the Britney Spears video, wasn't it? Wasn't it
No,
Perez?
no.
Wasn't it?
No, Perez is still right, but Perez Hilton.
Wait a minute, I got it now. Yep,
Yeah,
there it is.
you
Okay.
look it up, you'd see it. So Perez Hilton, I'm walking down the street. It's nighttime, and it's South by Southwest. People are having a good time. It's been long enough. I don't really feel like I'm saying anything out of school here. And Perez may have had a fun time that day and was knee-deep in a big old burrito with about half of it on his face. And it was a funny time. It's sitting on the curb, too. So
I do vaguely remember
shout
the
out to
street
Austin.
food being pretty fantastic
Oh, yeah,
down there.
absolutely. Big part of Austin. So, Matt, could we see the next question I hear on King of the
Absolutely.
Bootleggers?
Here we go. George Remus was the king of the bootleggers, and this Austin resident was into Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Is it A, Elijah Wood, B, Tobey Maguire, or C, Daniel Radcliffe?
You know I'm a big
also-
fan of that film, right? Like
I
this,
love it. Hey.
You just softballed me one.
I read the books and everything. Yeah.
Just to update everyone also, Chris has 1 point, Pat has 0 points.
I feel like it's about to be 2-1, but all right.
I will say, kids, if you're, you shouldn't be watching on parents of kids, if your child reads Lord of the Rings in like 2nd grade for a report, they can read that and then just use it for book reports all the way through high school. It's considered high-level reading. So, not that I know anyone who did that, but maybe that might be happening. You're like, oh yeah, I'll read this one. And then you just kind of reuse it every time. So, Daniel Radcliffe is there in Austin, England? No.
Could be, I guess.
Do you remember Tobey Maguire in The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, you didn't know he was Spider-Man?
Oh, it's Spider-Man made
Spider-Man.
it was an Easter
Spider-Man
egg.
made an appearance in the
Yeah. Peter Jackson made
Mines of Moria, you know?
That makes sense. So what's your answer there, Pat?
I'm going to go with A. I'm going to definitely go with a strong A here.
Yeah. Great job on the picking the 3 actors that could potentially be related by looks. But yeah, we got to go with Elijah.
Our friends in the comments also agree pretty unanimously.
Yeah. What's up, Robert in Kentucky? How are you?
The answer indeed is A, Elijah Wood, who was originally born in Iowa, but now makes his home in Austin.
Okay. All right. Shout out to our bartenders from the first video, too. King George appreciates the showmanship.
I did like their style.
That's nice.
I did really like their style. I also wanted to know what was in that little spinny freezy drink they had hiding behind them there, too.
Spinny Freezy.
Yeah, you can only imagine it was a Remus smoothie of some sort.
Nice. Good call. Spinny Freezy.
I don't know what to call the machine. It's a frozen drink machine.
No.
Spinny freezy.
Good punk band name,
Yeah.
too. See Spinny Freezy tonight?
Actually, that would be a good punk band. Yo, did you see Spinny freezy?
Let's do one more question. What do we have for now? What do we have, Matt?
What notable event happened at 12:05 a.m. on January 17th, 1920 in New York City? Is it A, the first speakeasy in the U.S. opened, B, George Remus's daughter was born, or C, the first person was arrested for violating the Volstead Act?
Let us know in the comments if you think you know.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look stupid, but I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I don't want to double up with you. I need to catch a point, so I'm gonna go with B then. I'm gonna go B. It's a daughter. It's the daughter.
Would you like the answer, or will we check the comments?
Let's check the comments.
I don't know. I kind of like sitting in the silence. I'm not even joking.
Awkward silence.
Jeff wants C. Dave says C. Megan C. We got Charlotte C.
Got one B hiding in there. I feel Robert's on my team today.
All right. The
What's it gonna be?
answer is C. The first person was arrested for violating the Volstead Act. The owner of a Brooklyn cafe made headlines after being arrested at 12:05 a.m. on January 17, 1920, just minutes after the 18th Amendment went into effect. The crime? Selling a glass of brandy.
Jerks.
Favorite brandy cocktail to make?
Brandy cocktail?
Yeah.
I haven't played with brandy a whole lot, to be honest.
I don't
with
know
you.
that anybody
It's,
has,
I
ever.
mean, like the only one that ever gets ordered when you're farting around behind the bar, at least around these parts, that I've been privy to outside of like maybe a brandy old fashioned, is the brandy Alexander.
Yeah.
And that's a sweet. Yeah, not my style.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
tasty. Don't get me wrong, but you want to split it with like 3 people. It's like
Yeah.
one brandy Alexander. Okay, here's all this ice cream and stuff. Let's just pass this around.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Let's check out our next cocktail video here, Matt, as we're highlighting Austin, Texas tonight.
Hi there, my name is Liam Connors. I work at Fix Southern House in Austin, Texas. Today we're going to be making a cocktail with George Remus bourbon from Lawrenceburg, Indiana. We're going to call it Indiana's Most Wanted because George Remus was a famous bootlegger in the 1920s. We're going to use 2 ounces of bourbon, some Lenny Aquavit liqueur, half an ounce. Some Pedro Jimenez sherry, half an ounce of that as well. A few dashes of mango syrup bitters. And we're going to smoke the coupe glass and mesquite wood press some orange peel in there. And cheers, y'all.
Hey everybody, Pat and Sock Puppet Paulie here. Hi guys! To remind you to support your local bartenders, and one of the ways you can do that is pick up this sweet, sweet Support All Bartenders shirt from the U.S. Bartenders Guild. Wow, what a great t-shirt! It really is, Paulie. Thanks for noticing.
Favorite part of that cocktail, or you and the sock?
I mean, I gotta love Paulie. It's hard not to enjoy Paulie, but that cocktail actually, that looked fire. I was into that.
Yeah, that was very good. We've done a few cities in Texas. It's a giant state, if you weren't aware.
I was aware, yes.
Yeah.
Driven across it. It's terrible.
The y'all is comforting. Oh yeah. Hey, you are. Yeah, you are down in Texas. Like that's verification for me. So shout out to those guys, and shout out to the Venmo thrown up there. They did that. So Matt, let's get our next question. Maybe we'll get some people participating, trying to win that $25 gift card for sharing also.
Sorry about that. Question number 4. Name this notorious Austonian from the 1920s. Is it A, Sidney G. Warren, B, Frank A. Hammer, or C, Steve Daniels?
See how that works?
Are we dancing now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I was hoping you'd leave it up. I was going to try and poke my head around his shoulder.
Oh, well, here, let's give that a go.
Nope.
Too late. It's already
We're
up.
good.
Yeah, we're fine
Oh,
now.
Fourth wall's broke.
swing and a miss.
Yeah. Really crossed the barrier.
One more time on the options.
One more time on the options. It is A, Sidney G. Warren, B, Frank A. Hammer, or C, Steve Daniels.
We're going A. Sydney.
bad.
Sydney.
Yeah, I'm just going to go B.
I got no clue.
Let's check in and get you a little bit of help.
Charlotte says B. Sam's got B.
I think everybody's guessing on this one.
Chandler says C. Robert says B. I want to say Chandler tuned in and won a prize last week, so good to see you back, Chandler. What else we got? Dave says C. Lot to pick from
Alrighty.
here.
Are we ready for the answer?
Let's see it.
The answer is B, Frank A. Hammer, Austin's famed Prohibition agent who happened to arrest the other 2 answers, among many others. After his successful career as a federal agent, he also went on to become a Texas Ranger who led the group that tracked down the notorious criminals Bonnie and
I
Clyde.
knew he looked like a cop.
Okay. And also, I have gotten every question right, I believe.
I believe you have.
I
This
definitely
is
knew that last
a
one, too.
landslide.
Wasn't it? Yes.
You are so spanking me tonight.
I would like to point out that the title was successfully defended for Barkeep last week as well, as Matt
Shout out to
came
Matt.
through for you.
Yeah.
Matt held it up. I'm totally losing that streak then this week. So
Well, while we're on it, let's lick your wounds a little bit. Silver Lining Cocktails. What's happening with that?
SilverLiningCocktails.com. Of course, we've got our deliveries coming up for the next 2 days. A personal favorite of mine this week was definitely the peach jalapeno margarita. I will say this, it did come out very spicy, but it is delicious. Nice fresh jalapenos in that. We've got cucumber fizz going this week with vodka, and that was also really good. We've got some fancy new tools in our little shop now. So we've got one of those really nice puree mixers.
Support small business
blenders.
right here in St. Louis.
And we managed to pull down all that cucumber juice and turn that into syrup, and it's been kind of a blessing and a curse because it's a pain in the butt to clean. But man, does it make the syrups and the drinks taste so much better. So
Speaking of drinks, and with that, whether we're making it with vodka, tequila, whatever it is, when you go to make a spicy cocktail, like with heat, right? If you go, I feel like everybody's done some sort of a mule with spice. What's the key, if just in general, to making a palatable spicy drink? You don't want to overdo it. You also don't want it to just taste like you're drinking like watered down jalapenos either.
Choice of pepper definitely means a lot in that one. I personally like to work with habaneros and jalapenos, preferably overall. I found I made one. I made like a tincture at one point that was like a bunch of different peppers. It was a Mexican chili. It had red pepper in it and habanero, and it actually had a little bit of ghost pepper in it. But that was really just to bring it up a little bit because it just wasn't quite spicy enough. The habanero we used didn't have enough punch.
Right.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I've toyed with that a little bit with cocktails, and I've had more good than bad because I don't think it's that difficult if you get a decent, like, fresh pepper. But then I've also done it where you're just like, that was a selfish question for my own knowledge. So
I have
Yeah,
a
I mean-
value-added bonus question for you, gentlemen.
please.
All right. We are in Austin, Texas this evening discussing
Okay.
the Great Prohibition era. What do you think, like, what drink pops in your mind when you think of Austin, Texas? If you were to make a drink that embodies Austin, Texas, what would you give someone?
Does it have to be a cocktail?
It
Right.
does not have
Could
to
it be the
It
could it be the
could
free
Remus
beer they
Straight.
hand out?
Because it's a Lone Star, because that's all I drank the last time I was down there.
Yeah, they hand those out. Yeah, we're just every answer is always Remus.
Remus,
obviously.
yeah.
Remus Straight.
Yeah, I think you go with like something kind of funky. You know, the Keep Austin Weird thing. You could do like a Texas Mule or something of the sort that's got like an Austin flair to it. I don't know. Is there a drink you could do with barbecue sauce or barbecue notes?
Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. You could play around with like the old fashioned concept with like liquid smokes or something like that, and try and get that kind of the rich smokiness, maybe against like a vanilla note. Man, anything. Austin can get so damn hot though. It's one of those where like anything over crushed ice, you know, you start playing around with like maybe mints or even the spicy peppers because you get that little spice, get a little sweat going, and you actually cool off a hair.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So yeah, a couple different ones.
sorry, you got
Matt.
in my head there.
No, it's all right.
Pat wins the point.
Okay, there it is. Pat's coming back is what's happening here.
I like cocktails.
Do you want to do another bonus question? We've been doing weird questions lately. You want one?
Yeah, let's do a weird.
All right. In the comments, what year did Pat graduate high school, and what year did I graduate high school?
All right, let's do that.
Drop them in the
do
comments
that.
right now. What year? This is Pat.
Hi, I'm Pat.
I'm Chris. Chris, what year did I graduate high school? Don't look at my profile for friends and you don't know. And then Pat,
You won't find me.
what year did Pat graduate high school? What year did Chris graduate high school? And bonus points to those playing along at home if you get it right. This should be good.
I like this game. I like this game.
Yeah. This.
Anybody who's watched a few weeks might have a clue, but
Let's let that load up, shall we?
Yeah,
let's let it. Yeah, Chandler gets it. Lone Star. Robert says Remus. Great
Hold on, wait.
answer. Absolutely. Dave says George Remus with a Lone Star back. I appreciate the simplicity too.
that's about
Yeah.
right. Whiskey
I think
back on a beer.
Whatever Remus goes with Austin City Limits, that great program. We'll let those
99
load up for
and-
just a second. If you're watching, what year did Chris
So I'm
graduate
first,
high
right?
school?
Yeah.
What year did Pat graduate
Okay,
high
I'm
school?
first. Okay.
That's Pat.
Okay.
I'm Chris. Chris and Pat put. This is good.
1995?
So we got.
Can I point out that George Remus themselves have predicted that Chris is in, what is that, 19? And
The king.
Pat is in A.
Okay, Pat N.A. Well, part's unknown, the wrestling thing. Chris, 1918. Wait, hang on. I'll answer it for you. Hang on. If it's anything other than 1993, hang on, I can do it. The
Oh,
heartthrob.
man, that's a 2001 emo haircut right there, dude.
I'm trying to. Is it that or is it 90s sitcom? So
That is
Ooh,
a
yeah, you got a little Matt
Dawson.
LeBlanc going on there,
yeah,
too.
get
Yeah.
that going. Okay. So what year did Chris graduate high school? What year did Pat graduate high school? So we have.
87 and 88? Am I seeing this?
This is
Gotta
great.
be the beard, Pat.
So we
Gotta
got
be the
Jeff
beard.
says Pat graduated in 1995. Chandler says
Oh, man.
1989 and 1996. Dave says 99 and 88. Charlotte says 2004. Total guess. Robert says Pat 1987. Chris 1988. That's hilarious.
At least George was nice to me. Jesus,
Yeah,
just,
that's
I'm
good.
not answering. Yeah.
Jeff says 1998.
95,
Sam
97.
says 95, 97. Debbie, 2003. Pat, 2005. Chris. Okay, getting a little closer. All right, so good answers all around. Pat, what year did you graduate high school?
2000. I'm a millennium baby, dead on the number.
Okay, I graduated high school in 2002, so that was great. That was the ego crusher.
Yeah, those early 90s ones, and that was like, oh my God.
Right. The 1918's funny, right? But then the ones where you're like, oh no, they think that I'm
That might actually,
worn
yeah.
down. Yeah, that's. Whew,
We're gonna have.
I need to go
we
for
need
a
to
run.
Sleep more.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be very
So
nice.
I do that gym thing, and maybe
Yeah.
I'm just not taking good enough care of
Yeah.
my skin. Maybe we need to start a skin
I
regimen.
think it's the lighting in here.
Could be the lighting in here.
Can we get producer Matt? Can we get some sort of what would you call it? Just some kind of an overtone?
Well, unfortunately, the age-reducing app only works on Instagram, and I will not be able to apply that to our
we
viewers.
need a makeup girl.
Destination.
Yeah.
Jeff says we're friggin' young. We obviously don't look young, so there's that. Charlotte figured, I can't see why because of that. We'll get to it here in a second.
It'll pop up.
It will. It certainly will. So thank you all for that. Our little participation questions give me life here on King of the Bootleggers Trivia. Again, share this, comment, have some fun. A couple of you are going to win prizes. We share cocktails. We talk about this each and every week on Thursdays now, so be sure to let your friends know and hit interested on the event so you can keep up with all our updates as well. How about another question, an official question, Mr. McElrath?
Sure thing. And fun fact, if you're keeping track at home, I fulfilled the trifecta 2001. Why did Austin authorities initial not enforce prohibition laws?
2000, 01, and 02.
Correct.
Wow, that was a rough hallway if you would have walked through that.
Would have
high
been.
school, yeah.
A lot of beard.
Yeah. I had the Freddie Prinze Jr. thing going on.
I'll show you guys a picture later. We're not going to share that here. You'll both laugh.
Not
real
until
hard.
next week.
Okay, we'll have those for next week.
Yeah.
Why did Austin authorities initially not enforce prohibition laws? Is it A, because they said they were busy on other things, B, because they were short-staffed, or C, all of the above? Why did Austin authorities initially not enforce prohibition laws?
Well, I feel like B makes A valid, so C. I'm going C.
B.
Shall we check in with the friends? Many answers coming in there. A lot of C's.
Yeah.
A lot of C's. Congratulations. The answer is indeed C. In addition to being short on investigators, the enforcement officer told the Austin American-Statesman newspaper that he and his office force had been so busy on office and other kinds of work. But he said that they suspected intoxicants were being illegally brewed in Austin, and the lax effort is why Frank Homer was brought to Austin in the first place.
My dude Frank.
Gotta get
Who I
in
guessed.
here and take down these shiners. And
That's right. I'm trying to think of different ways. Like, imagine if they jokingly said "keep Austin weird," and then it was taken from them. Whenever the whoa, hey, there you
what
go.
happened? Yeah.
I don't know.
We got little.
We got questions. We've got another cocktail video to get to. I could do another question if you're up for one, Pat.
I suppose I could get down with that sort of thing. Yeah.
All right. What do we have, Matt?
We have question number 6. What was Prohibition called? Was it A, the Noble Experiment, B, the Return to Civility, or C, the Reawakening?
So, B means somebody on the trivia team was watching The Office, and Andy was upset that he wasn't part of the Finer Things Club. And if that's my guess, that's the strategy I'm going through in my head. So I'm gonna go with C.
A.
Do you know it?
I do.
Yeah, I figured. What do we have? We've got people answering. We've got Jeff saying A. Charlotte says B. Robert and everybody jumping in on this. Okay, Sam says C. Matt, what's the answer?
Pat was correct. Once again,
Trying to catch up.
Yeah, I think it's probably tied, but at this point.
I don't think it's
Actually-
tied. I think you're still 2 ahead. I think.
Trying
that
to
was
make it
actually
interesting.
coined by Herbert Hoover.
Is that right? Okay, now we know. Keeping it moving, guys. We've got one more cocktail video. How many questions do we have left, Matt?
We have got 2.
2 questions left. So be ready. If you're watching at home, it's gonna get intense down the home stretch. So let's check out another cocktail video. And while you're at it, go to buyjack.com/wearelive and check out that Support All Bartenders t-shirt. You know what? $20 goes to the USBG. Make it happen. And look at that. Not a
Little Pat.
Just that guy graduated in '95. He's a wild man. Let's see our next cocktail video, Matt. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Isis. I'm the general manager down here at CH29 Cocktail Bar in Austin, Texas. Unfortunately, we are closed due to coronavirus and will not be opening up until we feel comfortable and confident with bringing everyone back safely. On that note, I'm in the bar today working with some, let me turn this around, George Remus Bourbon. Now, George Remus was the kingpin of the bootleggers in the 20s during Prohibition. He was a pharmacist and a lawyer. Knowing the laws allowed him to find some loopholes in the Volstead Act. And being a pharmacist also helped him convince the U.S. government to allow him to distill whiskey for medical purposes. On the note, he did find out very shortly that he could make a lot more money on the black market, selling it to the bootleggers out of his truck during the night. So that's how he became the king of the bootleggers, while also having legal distilleries as well. All right, on that note, today we are going to be making a peach porch tea. Since it's going to be one of the hottest summers in the past 2 years here in the state of Texas, it's going to be hot as hell. And we want to do something that's refreshing. You can drink it out in the sun, on your patio, in 100-degree weather, and it's going to keep you nice and refreshed. All right, so we're going to start off with an ounce of fresh peaches. Peaches also are in season here in Texas right now, so they're along the side of the road. Vendors are along the side of the road, just keep your eyes out. We're going to do a whole ½ ounce of lemon juice and 0.75 of an ounce of sweet tea simple syrup. Now you can make this at home very easily. You're just going to do 1 cup of hot water to 1 cup of white sugar or whatever sugar you may have lying around. And then just have a tea bag steep in there for about 20 minutes or so till it turns dark brown. Go ahead and muddle all these ingredients together. Now you don't want to over muddle peaches because you'll get more of a bruised peach flavor. You want everything to stay bright and puffy and delicious. Now we're going to add 2 dashes of Fee Brothers Peach Bitters. Ooh, this bottle's almost empty, so that's 4 dashes. All right. Now, last but not least, we're going to add the bourbon. It's best to add your spirit last. Therefore, if you mess anything up before, you don't have to throw away your precious spirit. Okie dokie. So 1.5 bourbon. Add some ice. Lock your shaker tin. Give that about a 20-second shake. Just to get everything nice and mixed up and emulsified. There you go. All right, let's fill a Collins glass, pint glass, whatever you may have lying around the house. Oh, excuse me. And top that off with ice. Okay. Then we're going to strain this part of your cocktail into the glass over the ice. And then we're going to top everything with just a regular black tea. If you have a fine strainer at home too, that is really nice because then you can really strain out all your pulp. Okie dokie. Alright, like I said, top this off with some just regular old tea. Throw all this stuff on the ground. Then to garnish this beauty, we're just going to stick some fresh peach in there and a lemon wheel. All right, little straw, saving the turtles. Cheers, everybody. Y'all stay safe.
Got a y'all in there.
You did.
Great
You got your y'all.
cocktail.
You got your y'all.
I don't know what's wrong with me because that was an amazing, well done cocktail. Cheers to Isis. That was a fantastic video and a fantastic demonstration.
You know, Austin's showing up hard this week. I'm
They
digging
are.
the
All
drinks,
these
yeah.
have been great, but my weird brain, I'm like, okay, that was great. Can you transport me to their bar being like 5 deep? It's a Friday night, and a gentleman is trying to tell her how to make one of those cocktails or why it's wrong. That makes me so happy. Whatever, people are so knowledgeable in those situations. Like, that would be an entertaining thing to see, right? To see Isis deal with somebody telling her how, right? That's where my head goes. That was such
She
a
had-
good,
she had-
knowledgeable.
I saw the she
It
had
was
a
a
little
great-
arm on her, and I was like, I don't know.
I'm just saying from a
bam.
knowledge standpoint. Somebody tries to be like, oh, that's not what you do. It's like, well, I'm guessing she's got 5 paragraphs on why you're wrong. So shout out to Isis. That was great.
Yeah, I would hope she'd have 5 paragraphs because that is one of those joys as a bartender when you just get to be like, so you're actually wrong, and here's why.
But you do it in a very polite and
not always polite. Yeah,
Okay. All
Mostly,
right.
generally it's polite. If it's somebody, if it's one of those where it's a real somebody's being a jerk to you, you don't always have to be nice.
All right, my favorite bartender moments are when the overzealous gentleman comes up and sports you. All right, sport. Yeah, I'll take one of these. And then you hit him back with a
chief.
cowboy.
Yeah, you
or
got to hit him back
whatever.
with a chief. All right, chief, I got you.
I once saw one go so far, it got ended by the bartender hitting the guy with a cool breeze. He's like, all right, cool breeze. That put it down. And the guy was like, whoa. All right, I am being weird. Okay, so shout out to Cool Breeze.
One of the only bad reviews I ever got, I called guy Bud one too many times because I was watching too much Letterkenny that week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a bad review.
I got a bad review because I called the guy Bud one too many times that day.
Okay.
All right, Bud.
I wonder how King George would have left a Yelp review. There
wouldn't
would
have
be
been
no
pretty.
anonymity.
Yeah, it
There'd
wouldn't
be
have
no
been
anonymity.
pretty.
He'd be
Be in
saying
the
his
third
name the whole
person for
time.
sure.
Yeah, that's how that would work. In the comments, get ready. We've got 2 more questions. Let's get our next question up there, Matt. What do we have?
What was Austin's Vice District called? Was it A, Guytown, B, the Bowery, or C, the Flats? Stop Googling, Chris. I can see you.
Wouldn't that
playing
be
with your
great?
phone.
Wouldn't that be great? Oh man. I have a guess. Answer in the comments if you've got a thought. Let's see what this is going to be.
Chris, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bowery.
The Bowery. Interesting. And Pat, how do you feel?
I'm going to go with C, but I badly want it to be Guytown.
And as we can see by the comments there, a lot of folks with B, C, a D.
Chandler says no such thing as too much Letterkenny.
I forgot to mention answer D is actually Cool Breeze.
That doesn't sound like it was MGP
all right there,
approved.
Cool Breeze.
Yeah. Okay, Cool Breeze. Why don't you
All
take
right.
a seat?
Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is A, Guytown. It was closed in 1914, but good times could still be found there well into Prohibition. The Remus team has no word on if there was haphazardly drawn a sign that said boys only.
Guytown.
It actually was Guytown.
It was legit Guytown.
Do you think that was someone at a bar that would just be like, hey, Guy? Do you think it was that?
I mean, I guess it could have been, but I had this whole West Side Story thing playing out in
Sure,
my head with
sure,
Guytown, and
sure.
it was in here. It was freaking glorious.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got one question left. So that means I'm curious, Pat, as it does get warmer, as a couple of our cocktail videos did mention that. Do you have anything that we need to know about coming up that's going to help people quench their thirst through Silver Lining?
I mean, we've got a bunch of stuff, really good stuff this week too. I mean, I didn't mention the Blackberry Gin Fizz this week. I didn't mention that guy. We've got the old fashions and stuff. Matt and I were talking a little bit this week. I think we're going to try maybe something out, some new stuff next week too. I mean, we're always trying to find new drinks, but yeah, with the heat, it's definitely. You can tell we've moved into
Good time to
those
drink
big,
responsibly.
Yeah, we moved. Well, that's the thing. We've got the punches now, and that's actually that's 2 big jars of punch. Right now, it's like a hibiscus punch, and those are really good by the pool. We sold a lot of different version of them, but we sold a lot of those last week. Got the hibiscus this week. I mean, this is my favorite time to make cocktails actually, because it's one of those where I absolutely adore citrus fruits, and you get your berries and your peaches and all that stuff comes out right now. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any fruit that absolutely ruins a cocktail right out of the gate?
I haven't met one.
Okay.
No, I haven't met a fruit that's going to ruin a cocktail right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm sure there is one, just I haven't personally come across it.
A honeydew?
A honeydew could work. Honeydew and tequila would be delicious.
Yeah, it would just soak it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that may be the only time a honeydew is acceptable.
Yeah. Actually,
Right?
I really like honeydew, but that's
Really?
just me. Yeah, I really like honeydew.
It takes up all the space in a fruit cocktail, and there's
Now,
no
I'll give you
flavor.
that, but I like honeydew, and a ripe honeydew is freaking delicious.
All right. Matt, thoughts on honeydew?
I can go along with the honeydew, but what about cantaloupe? That would be a weird one.
No,
melons, I can get down
Cantaloupe's
with melons,
delightful.
man.
Cantaloupe.
Even with
is delightful.
vodka? Yeah.
Yeah, melons work out great. You can
Okay.
totally. They got to be ripe. That's the
Till
hardest
vodka,
part. Yeah,
Throw that in. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, the trick. That's the thing. Anytime you're having those fruit salads, half of the freaking fruit's not ripe. A good ripe melon is the best part.
Okay. Yeah. It's embarrassing how much watermelon I can take down in a sitting.
Oh, I could eat a whole one.
It's
There's no question about it. Like, I mean, big old boy.
living in summer.
Yeah.
You ever have a garden where you make your own?
I got cucumbers going this year. I
Make
didn't do
your own.
watermelons. Yeah.
How do you make yours? Perfect. We've got one more question. I do want to remind everybody, if you've hit share, if you're commenting, you're entered to win. We do gift cards each and every week. We'll be back next Thursday as we highlight Louisville, and we're going to have some fun as we do all the time here. Matt, what is our final official question?
Our final official question of the evening is, during the 1920s, how many arrests were made in the U.S. for violating the Volstead Act? Closest to the answer wins. And I would like to point out that Chris has a healthy lead, but there's always the chance of a one-off rando question at the end.
During the 1920s.
Matt, is it going to be Price is Right rules? You go over, you fail out. I mean, what are we talking here?
I'm open to that. Let's go Price is Right rules.
Price is Right rules?
You go
Okay.
over, you lose.
And this is for the entire U.S. Okay.
Okay.
You're up. I think you got to go first.
During the 1920s, how many arrests were made? Put that back up one more time. I gotta eyeball it. The entire time in the U.S. from violating the Volstead Act. Okay. I have thoughts. Let's see. Do we want to say ours and then check the comments?
Yes.
Let's do that. I'm going with 0.
You got to pick a freaking
I'm
number.
going with 3.
He is keeping it Price is Right very much.
Oh, God. You're killing me with that 3 right now. I was really hoping.
If you say 4.
Yeah, it's like, there's a part of me that wants to go 4 just to aggravate you. All right, I'm gonna make 1,122.
Ooh, 1,122.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm playing the Price is Right.
All right. Let's see
Let's-
what the comments say. Huh? Alan says 123. Are you sure that's not like another guess on when we graduated? Dave says 8,000. Sam says 138. Jeff says 123,600. Okay. Charlotte thinks, is that 15,000 or 150,000? 15,000. Robert says 127.
Got an
Chandler says
8K down there.
63. Andy Larson asked about Spurs earlier.
3.
Scoot up. There's an interesting conversation.
You're the
Can you go up
guy.
in
You're the guy at the end of the row that put a dollar
can't.
in and just screwed everyone.
okay.
I don't know. Let me
Chandler,
try.
Chandler says boot scooting and belt buckle clicking. You do-si-do to your rival and then fight. Andy asked, what about Spurs? Oh, here we go.
How did this get started?
Guy Town. People are laughing about that. George says there's no dance gang fights in Texas.
How did we miss this
Yeah,
conversation?
we missed the fruit
Oh,
of the
man, yeah.
entire series here.
Missed the meat.
Chandler you haven't been to my backyard hoedown. A lot of snapping and lead up to the fight. Chandler.
All right, so
asked
everybody's
George.
in my headspace. That's
Okay.
wonderful. I got it
Jeff,
in the ether.
Jeff thinks kiwi might ruin a drink.
Nope, kiwi works.
Letting us know boot scoot and belt buckle clicking. This is good. Okay, let's head back down. Let's see. Okay.
Bring it back around here to
Guy
question
Town's a
number
Mel
8.
Brooks film.
Okay.
So we've all got our answers in. Now that you've seen other answers, do you want to maybe?
I think it's something weird. No, I think it's something weird where it's like technically the Volstead Act didn't.
I'm staying.
Something didn't happen with that, but like they were arrested for other things. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, Alan's going up.
Yeah,
there.
I'm holding pat. It's a really nice washing machine.
Okay.
all right.
I know somebody who won a car on The Price is Right. Like, how
Get outta
great
here.
is that? Yeah. Shout out to Kristen and Aaron.
All right. The answer is 550,307.
Did anybody get that exactly right?
550,000?
Let's do a quick
Say,
Google
I
check.
think I saw at the bottom, right at the end, somebody clearly Googled it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All right, well, by default, I'm taking the
I
showcase
think that you
showdown here.
win.
Yeah.
Big time. I think you win the whole evening.
Both of us
because
botched it in the just
Man,
by
oh,
luck.
man.
I'm taking home the boat and your showcase.
I don't know about that. That was pretty close.
I've said it before on here, but is there could Prohibition ever come back in its exact form?
Hell no.
We won't see that ever. Okay.
Well, you know what? The one thing that we will see is our winner, Pat, gets the confetti fly.
Maybe work on a sound effect.
I
also.
know, right?
Barkeep holding it
the
up,
mouth
yeah.
effect did not help.
Right.
Yeah, what is it like? Do we want to go slide whistle, kazoo? What are we thinking? Yeah.
That'd be good.
Maybe.
Okay.
I like it.
We'll look into that. We will certainly do that. Again, I want to remind everybody, if you shared it, commented, we're going to pick prize winners after the show. You'll get your prize promptly from the King of the Bootleggers team. I host a show called, excuse me, We Are Live Radio. You can check us out on Instagram at We Are Live Radio. We're going to call it. I led the entire 28-3.
Sorry, bud.
I'm the
Barkeep still holding it up.
Atlanta Falcons in this one. Big shout out to Austin, Texas. Great videos tonight, everybody.
Yeah, great cocktails, guys.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
to the Remus team. These were wonderful questions. And Ray Johnston. Check out Ray Johnston Band on Facebook. Wonderful time tonight. Everybody in the comments, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. We're going to check out Louisville. Going to be a great time. And cheers, everybody. Be safe out there.
Here, here.